sucker, yeah, she blew me away. How many things we can do in a day? Money in my mind, so I'm stuck on my face. Gave her my heart and she threw it away. Hey, my celebrity, like, who gonna take it? Like, you sure that you know she be faking.
Ay, I do magic like Johnson. Ay, if you talking about that paper, I got it. Ay, if you talking about that weight, bitch, I got it. Ay, and you know we going hard for that profit. Yeah, bitch, I'm all about my bankroll. Bitch, I'm all about my pesos. And you know these niggas gon' hate though. And you know these niggas gon' hate though. I don't know what's next for me. We just gon' have to see. I don't care what you say to me. Niggas, yeah, they so make believe.
Hello and welcome to my channel. It's Christella Denise. I feel like I really have to bring this year in on a celebratory type of attitude, because when I tell you that the start of this year has been so amazing, so good to me, I don't know what type of prayers I was putting in the request line, but the way this year is going, I'm a little bit suspicious. I'm like, there's no way that life is this good right now. There's no way that that whole new year, new me mantra, which I used to find so cringy with people saying it, but ironically enough, I'm now using it because like it really is how I'm feeling in life right now. Like it genuinely does feel like new year, new me. But in a weird and like crazy sense, it's new year, new me, but it's literally like going back to my past, finding those things that used to interest me and make me excited, make me passionate about life, finding those things again and redoing them, but this time around with more confidence, a lot more wisdom, and just way more appreciation. And on a little side note, I love my coffee a certain way. I have to share it with you guys. Probably gonna make somebody literally fucking cringe, but with how big this cup is, I probably have about 1.5 cups of sugar. And when it comes to coffee creamer, the only one that I'm touching is gonna be the hazelnut creamer. And I literally put in like, I lost count, but let me taste this, let's see. Now that's what I'm talking about. Woo, baby, that's hot. Okay, but anyways, sorry I got distracted with my coffee. It's literally so good. Life update, how am I doing? I'm doing really, really well. Life is really going amazing. When I tell y'all that this is new year, new me, I genuinely mean it. Like my connections with family is literally strengthening. I just feel like my brain has suddenly like unlocked and reached a new level. Like when they say that your frontal lobe does not fully become all together until like a certain age of, I believe they said 25, quite literally the day before. Oh, a sip. I needed that. But anyways, I swear, the day prior of my 25th birthday, like I promise you that night, it's like a light switch, literally like just night and day. Like, the way I just woke up with way more empathy, way more gratitude, way more like wisdom, way more suddenly like understanding, like especially with my situation, dealing, you know, with the ex and all of that. Obviously that can be really rough, but I suddenly just woke up and I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna take control of my life. I think I'm not gonna allow for negative situations to keep me kind of stagnant and keep me complicit and essentially in neutral. And I was just like, no, I don't want to do that anymore. And even like with that kind of attitude, that has helped actually strengthen my bonds and relationships with my family members, because now with this attitude, I know that life is short. I don't have time for bickering or arguing with my siblings. Like now that I'm older, I'm like, that shit is literally no. You know, there were times and phases where my family and I, all of us, each and every one of us, have literally had to separate for a little bit away from the family, find ourselves, and then come back again. And being able to do that this last time and come back around this one big time where everybody is integrated and everybody is on that same type of timing, personally to me that's a blessing. I don't know about everybody else's family and their dynamics, but my family and I, we tend to have a very strong relationship, and we are very strong-minded for sure as far as like us needing to separate and everything. But the way we come back and we band together, like that shit is, I swear, I kid you not, like the relationships that I have in my life, such as like with friends, those who are not blood related to me, like hearing their stories about like their parents or their family, like it really makes me feel blessed to have the family that I do have, but it also helps me to also be compassionate. So I'm loving like this brand new attitude and the way that it's helping me out in life, because I feel like it's only helping me go forward. It's projecting me literally forward to greatness and success, and I continue to elevate, and I'm just like, damn, looking at myself in the mirror like, damn girl, you're really doing your damn thing. Like, to be 25, to be single, to be a mom of toddlers, like it's definitely scary territory. But I also feel like I'm in just this generation, in this climate where women are just like, yeah, those type of things used to scare my grandmother, lack of money, lack of education, but this time around, like this year, girls are like, nope, I don't have time for that. When I deal with it, I'm not going to live in a household with a man who can't contribute his emotions, his pocketbook, without literally, you know, having that accounted for. There's so many different things that us women are literally not accepting, and I'm just so proud to be a part of this generation. And also being a single mom and really just embracing and stepping into it has been really fun. It's been really nice just being able to regulate my emotions too, because I feel like when I fully had my children, it was so hard to regulate myself, regulate them, worry about everything else. But now that we're kind of working towards this dynamic of an equal split, like between the middle, just like a typical 50-50, I'm noticing that that is doing so much for my mental health. It's creating this atmosphere where I don't have to worry about being that default parent 24/7, and things could actually equalize. I don't think in my personal situation that things were equal when me and this individual were living together, but now that we're living apart and co-parenting or attempting, well, it's really me attempting to co-parent and it's really him just being better. But anyways, that'll be a story for a different time. But just with that attitude of co-parenting and splitting households and not necessarily being scared about that pushback of being a single mom in today's society, like that has done wonders for my mental health, and it's also opened me up to now be able to fully step into the things that I want to do. I'm pulling back the things that I used to do in my past, I'm bringing them right here to my present, and I'm actually enjoying them fully. I was a kid, I loved being on YouTube, I loved to make videos. I used to love writing, I loved reading, I loved being online. Like I just genuinely loved it. So being able to come back around to it and really appreciate it, like, I don't know, it's just kind of made me fall in love like with all of my hobbies and interests all over again, but also fall in love a little bit more with myself as well, because like, I don't know, I'm just like so enamored with the woman that I am and still am becoming. Like, I'm just very proud. I think the younger me would be like, wow, there's no way that you're there right now, because I'll tell you what, like the way my year ended, especially like with the whole little TikTok thingy, only things being thrown into court, like it was a lot. And the way my year ended was not promising, but the way that like, I don't know, like I just literally like floated through like the hardship. I floated through the hardship, like I floated through the negative things. Somehow I made it. Like, I'm really proud of myself and I'm very happy, and I don't know, I just think that I finally feel proud of the mom I am, because I feel like obviously when I was younger, and really my kids are small as hell, they're toddler age, so it was like, could you believe that I was really sitting there like, oh, I'm failing my children, I'm not doing the best I can, and it's like, girl, they're in diapers, they're still in diapers, relax. But I can honestly say I feel proud about the woman that I am today, because I think that I am an excellent mom. I think I'm a good mom, and that was really hard for me to come around to saying. Like, oh, that almost makes me emotional. Like, time where like I really debated on like if I was a good mom or not. Like, especially when I said with the way that my year had ended, it wasn't promising, and I just happened to be able to make it through. One thing that really helped me was absolutely my faith. That's another thing. And this year I really am proud to be stepping more into my faith and really trusting Allah, God, whomever you call the higher power. Just really stepping into trusting that has really helped me significantly. End of the year wasn't promising at all. I was in a DV shelter. I was then thrown into custody proceedings. It's currently still in court, which is really difficult. But in the midst of all of that, I'm literally praying my ass off, baby. I'm on the request line. I'm on the request line. I'm like, connect me to the supervisor, representative. Like I was not playing no games. This is my year. I don't know how you talk to your God. I don't know if you please, Lord, give me this. Me, I know I'm deserving. Give it to me. This is my life. Like I know I'm deserving of this guy. You know how my heart is. You know how I'm set up. Give me what I'm asking for. Make a way. Make a way. And he genuinely made a way. I live in my penthouse. I'm manifesting. It's not a penthouse, but I live in a pretty nice building. So not exactly a penthouse, but I do live on the top floor of my building. My dating life has been excellent. I also was one of those girls who used to, well, actually, was I? No, not really. I kind of already knew that I was a badass bitch, and I knew when I became a mom, I was going to be a motherfucking problem. But the only reason why I doubted it is because, like, you know, when you're with the guy who is a little bit intimidated by how you look, so he tries to put in your head, like, yeah, like, once I do this to you, once I get you pregnant, once you got stretch marks, once those breasts are sagging a little bit, you're not going to be wanted as much. Newsflash for you, honey. I wanted these niggas calling. They calling. Like these niggas everywhere. They everywhere. Every race, every nationality, every background. From a suburban boy to a street boy. Okay, they everywhere. So if you're one of them girls who literally is sitting there thinking and letting that guy get in your head and you're sitting there telling yourself, nobody's gonna want me, I'm not desirable. That is 100% a lie. These men want you. I am 25, a mom of toddlers, and men still want me. So it really doesn't even matter much about, you know, the men who want you and all of that. It's nice, don't get me wrong, because the dating has been fun and it has contributed to my mental health and making it, you know, just making life way more fun, way more exciting. And also I do think that the ladies, especially after you become a mom, you need a confidence boost. You need a man who's like, damn, let me get some of that. For real, like, I feel like after you have children, you absolutely need a little bit of attention. Definitely, like, you have to have boundaries and have some boundaries. Aside from dating, I already touched a little bit on my family and how strengthening our relationships has been an amazing thing. Now we can get into a little bit of the fun, my hobbies and interests. So I recently took a boxing class. It was super fun. When I was around like 18 or 19, I did kickboxing for a little bit, but then I fell in love. I had children, completely forgot about those passions. I used to also really love writing and creating short little stories, and now I'm currently working on a romance novel. It's about a girl named Callie and a guy named Dimitri, and it reflects a little bit of my history in dating and a little bit of my love style, where we'll go a little bit into forbidden romance, because that was a little bit of part of my story. Not the entire thing will be based on it, but you know, just the whole dynamic of a forbidden romance. I love a good Romeo and Juliet tale, baby. I am a romantic at heart. Now, speaking about romance, this is one thing that I really, really adored as well about myself. My capacity to love. I said and I meant that. No matter how much wrong a man does me, and I'm talking about the ex, or you know, any guy at all, even if I date another guy who happens to be a jerk and he happens to be worse, or maybe he's equal to or less than perfection, okay, whatever he is, whatever the may be, I have just simply decided that no matter what I go through, no matter what a guy puts me through, I will not be losing my true self. And my true self, I am a lover girl. Like, I can't help it. I want to be soft. I want to be loving. I want to be a Sunday morning. Like, that's just the type of love that I have. That's the type of love that I want. That's the type of love that I want to be reciprocated. Like, that's just who I am, and I'm not going to change who I am. I'm not some hard-ass woman. I am allowed to be soft and feminine. I'm also a girl who loves to just sit down and listen to my records. And I love to just sip a little bit of some red wine and just genuinely float around my motherfucking I was naked. Like, I'm just a fairy up in this bitch. Like, genuinely. I mean, I am. I'm a goddess. I feel like all women, we're goddesses. So that's a boundary, and that's something that I'm not willing to part with again. Values, my morals, and just my inner workings of who I am. I refuse to allow that to be dismantled, changed, controlled. Like, absolutely not. And I think honestly, just having those boundaries put in place and knowing and feeling confident that if a situation ever arises, I know exactly what my standards are now. I know exactly who I am. I know what I'm accepting of. I know what I'm not accepting of. That actually brings me a lot of confidence. So I know for the remainder of this year, I can take down anything. Don't play. But wait, hold on. Wait, I just said I'm in my self-care. So let me anybody who think that they're going to come in the middle of my life and where I am right now and who I am, you know who I'm calling. I'm calling them motherfuckers. That's the sound of the police. I'm calling them right there. That's the sound. Them right there. Restrain that order that ass. Restrain that order on that ass. You gotta go. Get out of my life. Get out of my life. Life. Go. That's just honestly how I'm treating any type of obstacle that comes up this year. I know exactly who I am. Man. Life is good. And another thing, I've changed up my music style just a little bit, and I've been giving, who have I been giving a listening ear to? My sister actually recommended them. Hold on, I gotta go to my favorite song. Here we go. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted. My sister put me on to this. Push me better, baby, better treat me better. She said. Speaking of tipsy, what also has been really nice lately is being able to, like I said, split up the visitation. Kids be with their daddy, let their daddy have them, so you can enjoy a nice glass of wine. Yeah, it's something about him being on the top floor and you're in the heart of your city where you live, wearing a cute little robe or a lingerie set, but this ain't for no man. It's a glass of wine. Having you a pre-roll, you know? It's hollering, ain't nobody saying I'm hungry. Just you. Just you. In my case, me and Bob. If you know, you know. Really nice just being able to like have a glass of wine and sit down and enjoy yourself. Give yourself, you know, if you have one of them little massage rollers for your feet, like, but all right, y'all, I've got to go. Same time next week.